reducing the value-added tax. Diokno was supposed to serve as BSP governor until July of 2023. Monetary Board member Felipe Medalla will now be serving the remainder of Diokno's term. And the outgoing administration will be releasing a final report on its accomplishments next week. The event, dubbed as the Duterte Legacy Summit, will be held from May 30 to 31 at the Philippine International Convention Center or PICC in Pasay City. Executive Secretary Salvador Medialdea will deliver the keynote speech for the event, while President Duterte is expected to share a personal video message. Duterte officially ends his 6-year term on June 30. And more nurses are looking for opportunities abroad in search for better compensation. Faith Del Mundo with the story.
30-year-old Benji Foscablo resigned as a nurse in a private hospital to focus on his application abroad. He is planning to fly this year to work as a nurse in the Middle East or Europe, whichever will accept his application first.
That's the reason why a lot of our nurses are working and taking the opportunity going abroad. Kasi sobrang layo talaga. Yun nga, paulit-ulit po natin sinasabi yun, the compensation, the salary package is not competitive.
Benji is just one of the Filipino nurses who resigned to search for greener pastures overseas. This year, as of March 28, POEA recorded 8,000 nurses who flew abroad, and last year, more than 11,000 moved out of the country. The easing of travel and working restrictions abroad, as well as the consistent demand for Filipino nurses and their world-class performance, are other factors in the exodus of Filipino health workers that we're seeing now. But the number of nurses in the country should not be a problem according to PRC, as there are 900,000 registered nurses, but only 400,000 are practicing nursing. And based on DOH numbers as of December 2021, the number of nurses in the country is at 600,000, while the available jobs for them are just around 300,000. The only problem is the huge gap between the salary of health workers here and abroad.
For the ASEAN nations, the average salary for nurses here in the Philippines is 40,000 compared to Singapore of 234,000. So with that gap, it will really attract our nurses to go abroad.
According to Dr. Jose Rene de Grano, president of Private Hospitals Association of the Philippines, they need a number of healthcare workers, particularly nurses. De Grano said that this lack of nurses will be a cause for concern, especially in case of another COVID surge in the country. For News 5, Faith Del Mundo, we are One News.
We'll be back with more stories after this quick break. Stay with us here on One News. You're still watching One News Now. I'm Sean Yao. Experts highlight the need for the next administration to raise tax revenues in the first day of the Business World Forum. Mobile journalist Pamela Vasquez with the report.
With the theme Revolutions 2022 Navigating the Changed World, experts from various sectors once again gathered to highlight transformations and best practices amid the ongoing pandemic. Asian Development Bank Chief Economist Albert Park kicked off with a warning on inflation.
We have the war in Ukraine. In addition, there's a lot of concern now about potential financial instability triggered by aggressive tightening by the U.S. Federal Reserve, as well as the remaining risks of the pandemic.
One of their recommendations is for the government to raise tax revenues now to increase its fiscal space. The Finance Department in fact recommended to the incoming administration to remove VAT exemptions. This could generate at least 142.5 billion pesos annually, which then can be used to pay off debts. On the flip side, the ADB forecasted growth of 6% for the Philippines this year, among the fastest in Asia. Asia, panelists said, is also leading digital growth, and local companies are in prime position.
Our focus right now is really to help develop the base of the pyramid and the channels that service it. A lot of entrepreneurs, fisher folks, tricycle drivers, market stall vendors, we are enabling them. In that way, they're able to learn more about finances.
The other big theme of the conference was sustainability. As part of the Philippines' commitment to the Paris Agreement, the government is targeting a 75% reduction in greenhouse gas emission by 2030. But it seems we're a little behind.
We are really failing in our commitment and action towards decarbonizing our industries across the planet. Both government and private sector need to ramp up commitments. That's where it has to begin.
What we need to see is actually a roadmap. Because the 75% reduction is the whole country. And all of us has to be in sync, working towards that 75% reduction.
Crisanto added they're hoping for the next administration to open opportunities for green investments in industries as well as laws to empower it. Day 2 of the Economic Forum on May 26 will tackle the digital economy, internet revolution as well as virtual spaces. Mobile journalist Pamela Vasquez, We Are One News.
After 6 years, volleyball star Eliza Valdez and basketball phenom Kiefer Ravena have called it quits. In a statement, Eliza's talent agency, VMG Asia Management, appealed to the public to stop speculating and spreading false rumors about the breakup. VMG clarified that there was no third party involved. The management said they will no longer be entertaining interviews or questions on the matter. Here's a quick look at today's other top stories. The Comelec Employees Union is backing the confirmation of Saidamen Pangarungan as chairman of the poll body. The union cited Pangarungan's capable leadership in organizing this year's national and local elections. The Commission on Appointments is set to deliberate on the ad interim appointments of Pangarungan as well as other Comelec officials. The Research Institute for Tropical Medicine, or RITM, has been designated as the main isolation facility for suspected and confirmed cases of monkeypox. The DOH will also assign other regional isolation facilities and hospitals that will cater to cases of monkeypox. And Queen of Philippine movies Susan Rosas has been laid to rest at the Manila North Cemetery this afternoon. Her remains were interred next to that of her late husband, Fernando Poe Jr. For more updates, visit News 5, The Philippine Star, and Business World online. Visit our website, onenews.ph, for more in-depth analysis. You can also catch One News on the Signal Play app. Register for a free account at www.signalplay.com and stream One News Live anytime, anywhere. Masks on, wash hands, and stay safe, Philippines. I am Sean Yao. We are One News.